Alright, this is gonna be a different video. This is my current main controller for most things except FPS, even though I've tried lots of FPS with this, but my Steam controller mostly for FPS. But most other things, this is, you know, the beast, the one to go to. It's not the perfect, there's a lot of things that can be improved. This is the Gamesir T4 Kaleid. Trying to see if we can get some views here. This one. And I mostly run mine in the Switch Pro mode for gyro, 2 mouse emulation, and just the triggers being digital works fine for me, and I don't have any real games I use analog triggers for. It's very lightweight. It is USB-C connected, which I don't mind. I think it would be nice if they could have made, you know, the cable maybe like a little bit longer, like an arm's length or more longer for my purposes sometimes, but I'm sitting close, it's not really, but sometimes I want to be further away. And obviously it's nice if the cable could be even more lightweight, but it's a pretty nice cable going. I don't think this can focus on it. Yeah, it's a pretty lightweight. It has this kind of fabric coating, quite flexible. So I like that, so I don't have to charge or do stuff like that, because, you know, I'm so used to this, the Steam controller, and this one has decent battery life of 100+ hours. And you know, most modern controllers, they have maybe 15, 20, 25, and it's just like, dude, that sucks. It's terrible. Again, 100+ hours with gyro, and I can attest to that, because I've used this, you know, for months and months, and like, man, do I have to change batteries? It's like, you know, this Logitech mouse, you know, it just keeps going. So sooner or later you just like, I have to swap batteries because it's got to be over. So I think that's why I went with the cable Gamesir T4K, because it just, I don't want to have to charge it like every second day or third or fourth. I'm too used with the Steam controller. But what I'm going to do today is I'm going to try to disassemble the least amount possible, because I want to try to see if I can make it, this is very lightweight, but if I can make it even more lightweight, because I don't use rumble. And this actually, you know, there is rumble support in the Switch Pro mode of this. You have, you know, 2 motors left and right here. It's not HD rumble or anything like that, but you have it. But I don't use that because I'm, you know, I love FPS games and I like controls. I don't like, you know, shakiness of the control. And I've never been a fan of rumble. I tried this on and off, but yeah, I don't know, it just hasn't felt something for me personally. So the rumble motors are just dead weight. Now this could be worse, because it could mean that here is the cable connected, right? And that's going to have a little bit of weight to it. And if I remove weight back here, obviously it might have more pull, meaning it might be less comfortable. But that's going to be to see a quick try. So you're going to need one of these. This is not, you know, the 6 kind of edge is not like a Phillips head. This is a Torx, I think they called it worldwide. Torx, it's the T6. The very tiny one, but can you focus on that? Maybe not. There you go. Torx T6. It's not the safety Torx. It might be different inside, but hopefully not. And hopefully I don't have to disassemble. You also need it to be a bit longer, not this long, but if we were to take, see which one. So this is probably the longest, right? So you need it to be at least, you know, be able to sink down this type of amount. Unless, you know, it's not gonna be working otherwise. So it's a pretty long way because I had these kind of shallow Torx that didn't fit. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these screws. So you have 2 screws, 1, 2, then you're going to have one behind this, sticker here that you have to remove or poke a hole through, or another one. And then you're going to have another one here, another one on this one, and then you have up here and up here. And these are all T6 size. So let's just start, see if I can get this to work. There we go. Whew, I did try that they fit the screw, so I was a little bit weird why it didn't immediately pick up. Hello? Okay. So, very good if you like place them so that you can see how they were connected. So that's my top right. Highly recommend, or filming, or taking pictures when you do stuff like this. Always things. Now this should be fairly simple, but if you want to disassemble more, there are more screws inside. I'm hoping I don't have to do that, because you need to be very careful. There is this very thin ribbon cable that is going to be, you have to be very careful with those. They can easily break. So I'm hoping I only have to disassemble this the most minimal amount and be able to just tug out the motors. And it would be fun just to see, if it feels different or anything like that. There we go. Or if it feels worse, then I might have, then I might be in trouble, because then I'm probably gonna have to, because I did find one video from, I don't know, non-native English-speaking person that spoke, I don't know exactly what language it was, but if you want to disassemble this more, it's gonna be, a higher risk of something messing up. I'm hoping I don't have to do that. That I can just remove these 6 screws, get the motors out, and that I don't have to feel like, shit, this is bad, I need to put them back. Now, I did also look in the other video, and it looks like, this had what this controller kind of I think they advertise it, is that they have very clicky, more like a mouse type of buttons. But it looked like there actually was rubber dome buttons by the end of the main board. It's not a problem for me here, because I love the feel of the buttons anyway, but it was a little bit interesting to see. I'm wondering how much of mechanical versus rubber button they really are, but again, it feels amazing, the buttons, so it's not a problem for me. But it looks interesting, almost like it was pure rubber dome buttons, but I might be wrong about that. I might have just seen wrong in the video. So this is actually very cheap, but it is I have loved this controller. If it holds up, Steam controller held up for about 7 to 8 years without any problems. If this can, get at least, I would love for 4 to 5 years, then would be a top tier for the price. If it holds up, 4 or 5 years. So now comes the tricky thing here, maybe. We are slightly trying to crack this kind of shelling. Be very careful. Okay. So that is that. I don't want to mess too much up, but here you have the inside. So you have another. See, you have 1, 2. So you have you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 buttons, 8 buttons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like 6 more buttons. If you want to remove them, you have Torx 6. Torx 6 there. Another Torx 6. Another Torx 6 there. Another Torx 6 here. And one here. So if you loosen those down, you should be able to get to the next mainboard. That is where you need to be really careful, because I feel that is where you have the kind of ribbon. Yeah, you have a ribbon cable here connecting this top mainboard, this top mainboard here to the mainboard below here. You can see it down there. Down here you have underneath the white thing. That's a very flat ribbon cable that you need to be very careful to not break if you lose this. So I'm gonna just see if there's possible to... Can I yank? Okay, we got one motor out. Can I get the other one out? Right. And these are just connected by a wire here. So you just, again, sorry if you're not showing. So you can just grab on this metal part here and then kind of yank it up a little bit, and do the same for this one. Then it is going to be, let's see, can I get, trying to showcase it. You should maybe be able to see, oops, I don't wanna, there you can see, it is just by this little connector there, so you should be able to just be gentle and yank it out. So we're gonna try that. That's one. This has, you know, a nice little weight to it, so this could be a noticeable difference. Gonna do the same for the other one. You can see it has like the same little pull thing there. Definitely hard to get it to focus well. So we're gonna try this gently. Now, doing this, it's obviously a risk that you might break the cable. So you might not be able to reattach them, and it looks like it's going to be really difficult without assembling this again to connect these motors again. So you're really going to need to make sure you want to do this modification. You should be able to, with like a small kind of plier thing, maybe like get it connected again without disassembling more. So the small motor is the right. This right, down right, has the smaller kind of motor thing here. This is for my own purpose, and if you know you mess up which motor goes which. And the one that has this bigger kind of thing here is on the left. There we go. So now I need to try to see if I can get this just hooked up back. It feels like it might be a big difference here. Because I haven't kept all of this in so it doesn't fall down or anything. And you want to like line this correctly, obviously. And you want to try to hit the center there for the D-pad. A good thing probably is just try to gently align it up and everything. But before you screw it down, just try to hold it in place. And just check that everything feels like it should do. Every button seems fine. So I'm gonna try to flip this over. And as you can see here, I kept all the screws here, you know, left, right, middle, left, right. Really, really good to do, and take pictures and stuff again, and do memorization like the big motor left, write it down, take a picture or something, so you don't, you know, if you want to undo this modification, you can. It might be trickier. Smaller pliers might make it that is very easy. And again, if you want to dig deeper down in this, be very careful, because between the top and the bottom mainboard, when you're looking at the controller, you know, from like this other way, from this way, the top and the bottom mainboard, there is a tiny ribbon cable that you have to like first you loosen like this kind of lock thing, and then kind of gently get it securely removed, and you need to be very careful when you put it back in. It's very easy for it to not get a correct connection, so be very careful about that. I'm gonna start with the middle screw actually here, just to secure it. It's very good if you have a magnetized, to easily don't lose these screws, and this is Torx T6 again. When you screw them back in, this is plastic, right, and it's probably not very expensive. Don't over tighten, just use pretty much like 2 things like this, and like, okay, now it's secured. I would need lots of force. Don't do that. Don't, you know, just grab and just, then you're going to break stuff. You know, start from the bottom here. I don't know if it makes a difference starting from the bottom and top. I don't think so. And now I see the 2 fingers again here, just like that. So you don't over tighten. That is not a good thing. I'm gonna hook this up and gonna just very quickly jump into ADACA FPS game, just to quickly see how the basic gyro thing there feels the weight of the controller. You know, for like, I think that's when the weight might be noticeable. For like, for a 2D game, this is a platformer games, this is a very lightweight, very comfortable, mostly controller. Not a perfect, I wouldn't mind if it maybe was a tiny bit larger size, but it's a, you know, lightweight, nice feeling controller. So, you know, for 2D platformers, I don't really feel that I don't feel that the weight is a problem. I'm just curious to see if the weight reducing the weight might be more comfortable when I'm using the gyro. That's the only thing that I'm curious to try this, and I just don't use rumble. You can disable rumble, the haptic kind of rumble thing here, from the software and everything, which I have done, so that's not a problem either. But this was very cheap, so I'm curious to see if a lightweight controller is going to be better or worse for gyro aiming here. Very super lightweight compared to the Steam controller. Like, the Steam controller feels like a real chunky boy, big, heavy. This is light. Just the weight are a lot nicer on this one. So there we go. Just gonna hook this one up. It lights up. Red means that it is in Switch Pro mode. You hold down the home button plus the Y button. Hold it down till the lights goes off and then touch on, and it should be red. That means it is Switch Pro mode. If you do the same but with the home and the X button, the light should switch to green, and that is Xbox 360 or Xbox controller X input mode. If you hold down this home and the B button, it should be purple, and that is pretty much a dual shock kind of controller. You will have analog triggers, you will have analog sticks, and you will have gyro, but you will not have any, you know, any of the rumble will not work, even if these were connected. They rumble will not work in the in the dual kind of direct input dual shock mode, and then you have like minimal dual shock mode. If you hold it and press down on the A, is for Android mobile phones, smartphones, which pretty much disables the gyro completely, I believe. And the X is gonna be working, you know, natively pretty much for any modern, most PC games whatsoever. The Switch Pro, obviously you might need Steam for them. Some games and lots of emulators support that natively with the gyro natively, which is amazing for Switch Pro, Switch and Wii U games and stuff like Wii games that use motion sensors. The same goes with the, if you go for the DualShock that is direct input mode. Not all games have support for that, and that means you're probably gonna need Steam or some other software for that to work, and you're probably not gonna be able to, you probably don't need to use the A unless for smartphones, and then it should work. So yeah. But let's jump into a game here and see what's gonna happen here. I'm just gonna try to quickly get this camera back and situated here. Oops. Hello. Can I? Maybe. We have Steam open. Let me do see, continue campaign. All right. See. Gyro, everything is working. Let me put the cable like that. It just probably pretty decent here. Something like that. Sure. So, again, Gamesir T4 Kaleid, and you can see gyro is on. It's gyro to mouse. Let me just quickly go in and do this. Let's see if we can do. Let's do this. Just to make sure everything is good. Let's just calibrate it. Turn those back. There you go. Let me go back. Let me just double check one thing here. Gyro. Mouse, we have it. Oh, here we go. Hold to enable, no. You want it hold to suppress gyro, hold to suppress. Let's try that, and let's go with, is it that one? No. Oops. Oh, it took a screenshot. Oh, that's nice. Interesting support for that. That hasn't worked previously. Oops. I also really want to give this a good try, quick try here. So gyro behavior. I'm just gonna have to switch this from It's gonna be that one. There we go. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I'm messing up a lot. We want this to be... No? Okay. Hold to suppress gyro. Right. What? Okay, this is weird. I might have to need to restart Steam. Okay. Yeah, let me fix. There we go. Finally, okay. Okay, so I want it to be... There we go. Now it should work. Right. So we have movement, analog movement here. In turn, I have some aiming. Ooh, that's... Unfortunately, I haven't calibrated this. I need to tweak this a little bit. Okay, that's a little bit too high. Let's turn it down. Right. Yeah, I think that the weight actually is nice. Right, that. Which I just need to, before I just play a little bit here. Oops, okay, that's not working. Settings, controls, reload, face button left. What the hell is... Oh, that's a weird one, okay. Face button left. I have no idea what that button is. Yeah, that is not face button left, that's X. Alright. I think it's going to be a fight here. Oh, hello. Let me turn down the sensitivity a smooch. It seems to work. I wouldn't say that I feel that it's... I wouldn't say that it is immediately a much better experience or anything like that. For 2D games, I think it's actually going to be really good. For FPS games here, gyro... that I don't know. Oh! Whoa! 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 It doesn't seem to be worse, so that's good. Could use some HP. Is there any HP in here? No. Oh no. Feel I'm gonna die here. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Yeah, it feels good here with this lightweight. I don't think that the gyro aiming, I don't know if it's better yet, but it works fine. It's not, it could be more jittery. I don't know. Obviously, I'm gonna have to get used to the more finer, like... Oh, that's friendly, okay. Gonna have to get used to the lighter weight and everything. Woo! Alright, so yeah. That's this mod here. We're not gonna keep playing here, but this is a great game, and one thing that makes this game great is that it has good input optimizations. So, for example, if I want to use... I press the reload button. Right? This is the same button. I love it. I just press reload. And that's the same button. It works great. It feels solid. Another thing that I'm a bit curious why more games don't have is that, you know, many people, you know, are asking for to toggle zoom or hold to zoom or hold or toggle ADS, right? So this is me holding down, right? Hold to ADS. Now I'm gonna press the same button, and now it's toggle. So if you hold this, if you just hold it for like a super short time, you can see it's hold to ADS, but as soon as I click it, it's toggle. It's so good. You don't have to choose if you want to toggle or hold. This is great input optimizations for this game. And ADACA. I really feel that I can recommend it. It feels very solid, solid graphics, smooth play. So, but coming back to ending here, the weight thing, if you're only playing 2D games, it might actually be nice. The cable for me and my position next to my PC here, it's very nice. It's not any problem here with that. It works great. It might or might not, depending on how jittery your, you know, how steady your hands it might or might not be less, it might be more or less like the same. Like if you have a very, you know, like small jitters in your hand, you might be having these jitters, and having a heavier controller is going to prevent this from happening. Like this will be less happening. But for me, when I'm sitting still, you know, this is for me and my position, so it feels good, it feels nice. I think I'm not, at least not now, I think that the lighter controller here is going to be, in the long run, be very effective, because I need less force, and it's gonna, if I play for long use and everything, I feel in the long run it's probably gonna work out great for me. But if you're not really sure, or you know, if you're afraid that you might break the controller or whatever, I wouldn't say this is a game changer. It is, you know, definitely it is a bit of a noticeable thing for sure, but it's not a huge thing. And again, it might not be best for you. Having this extra little counterweight might be good to have, but I don't think for me that it's gonna be making that difference. So, but I would rate this a pretty easy mod. A pretty easy and safe-ish, you know, there's always the risk with doing this. You do have a melee button, right? But or maybe you have to go this way. Yeah, but I feel it's very minimal risk of failure with this mod here. And again, the gyro and everything, it works great for, you know, many FPS, maybe even most FPS games. So it's very nice here feeling. Ooh. Is that a sniper? What the heck is this gun? Have I gotten this before? I'm just curious to see if I've gotten this gun before. Don't think I found it. So let me just try this gun, and we're gonna end with that. Friendly. Sheesh. Ooh, yeah, that was a nice gun. Alright, you only have a limited amount of ammo for this machine gun here. Ooh. Alright, so no ADS on this gun. Ooh, that was a nice. Yeah, I definitely missed this gun previously when playing this. It's auto-saved here. So yeah, nice mod, interesting mod. It might be fun to see how this is gonna pan out in the long run. I don't know. So let's see. Let's see how that's gonna work out. Here we go. I have to switch to that BRB screen for my camera to work correctly. But yeah, so the Gamesir T4K without the rumble motors here, a fix that should be reversible if you don't like it, but you might need a nice little plier or unscrew, disassembling more of this controller. Use the Torx T6 screw. It's not a Phillips head or six-sided one. I don't know what the hell are they called in English. I don't know. But the Torx, you don't need to be safety Torx that has the little kind of hole in the middle. It's not safety Torx, just a regular Torx T6. A little bit longer is good if it is good. Probably focusing on my face here, but Torx T6 is what it is. And the Gamesir T4 Kaleid can become a little bit lighter, and it is noticeable, I feel like, but it's not night and day, but they have a little bit of weight to them, for sure. Like if you're holding them in your hand, you're gonna feel that there is a weight, and that weight is pulling down a little bit. Again, if you have very like small jitters in your hand and everything, it might be worse to make this more lightweight. But if you are very like a stable hand and you have a nice stable position when you use your gyro, this might be good, because might just, if you play for longer session, might just take a little bit of the weight off. I don't think that's a big difference, but it could be. And it could also mean that you can get a little bit more quicker, you know, twitch movement going. Maybe, but I don't think that if you're in any way are insecure or not 100% feeling that, you know, if I break it I can just get a new one, probably don't do this mod unless you really feel confident and everything, because it's always a risk that something breaks when you do something like this, and your warranty obviously is gone. It's you know, self-explanatory there, but yeah. Thanks for watching this. Again, stay tuned for more videos coming up. It's going to be, again, I just want to point it out, less frequent videos coming to YouTube, because I'm focusing more on just streaming, and I feel that videos like this and let's try and quick look at games are the popular ones on my channel, and my longer plays and streams and stuff that are not as common, so I'm switching those to Twitch, because I'm feeling that Twitch might be easier to reach just the casual gamer audience that might be seeking to see a game. So that is a change on the channel, but you can leave a like, you know, up, down, whatever, comment. You can follow, or, you know, check back the channel if you don't want to miss me quick look and now and again doing like these tech videos, or when I did like just showcasing different gyro, trying like flick stick gyro and stuff like that. That will remain on the YouTube. So for that thing, you know, you can follow or check back to this channel for that. But if nothing else, hopefully this has been helpful, and maybe you try it. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and bye for this time.